I love the green blazer. I love it.
You guys heard the judge. The questions were good.
Yeah.
That judge is awesome. Yeah, he was very good. I really like Judge Doolin. I thought his questions were fair today.
He's fair.
I think he understands what's happening here. I'm a variety of things. I'm a journalist. I'm an activist, and I'm a satirist. As you point out. I make jokes. I do impersonations. It's not a crime. And he asked today. How far does that line go? And it's pretty simple. You just can't threaten to physically harm anyone, which I've never done, and they're not even alleging that I've ever done. They're alleging that I've caused emotional harm, which is subjective and arbitrary and completely up to their discretion to decide. And we're supposed to take their word for it that they're having emotional harm from my comedy, questions, whatever you want to call what I do, that they're emotionally harmed by it. Of course, we know they're not emotionally harmed by it, but either way, my speech is not illegal, and it's not a felony to commit a crime just because somebody else claims that they're experiencing emotional harm from that. Rich Schiffer's here today. Rich was charged with witness intimidation as well, because he left rubber duckies around Canton that said Colin did it on the bottom of it. And those charges were dropped by Judge Walsh. I am also effectively being charged with witness intimidation for saying Colin did it, and that Colin was in the house. And as a result, that's case law right there. That's precedent right there. You are allowed to have the opinion that somebody committed a crime and voice that opinion out loud in the United States of America. That's not a felony.
Can we ask a question? So did you know that these new charges were going to happen?
I didn't know anything about that.
You found out in the courtroom?
Yeah.
And what's your thought on these?
I don't know anything about it. That's the first time hearing it. I don't even know what it's about.
So is what they were purporting in court true today, that you were talking to a camera?
No. So I was here today to talk about the First Amendment. That seems to be a distraction of their way. This obviously went extremely well today, and I believe this is just a distraction to take away from all the arguments that we made in court today. So.
Yeah. Can I ask if you were nervous when they mentioned that they wanted you on bail and were putting some restrictions and things on you? No worries.
I mean, I haven't committed any crime, so.
You guys are back here tomorrow?
I guess so.
At noon?
I guess we're coming back tomorrow.
Can I ask you, Mr. Bederow, what are your thoughts on what was brought up later in the hearing after everything was discussed about what you were here for, about these new charges?
I don't have any thoughts about it. Obviously, they have been coming after him for a period of time. There have been allegations of witness intimidation again and again. It's a never-repeating cycle. And I would simply say that we think the judge recognized today that there is a reason why freedom of speech is the First Amendment. There's a certain reason why that's numero uno in the Bill of Rights. And speech is protected with rare exceptions. And simply hurting someone's feelings when speaking about a matter of public concern is not violative of the First Amendment. And we're satisfied that whether it be through a judge or whether it be jury later on, that people will recognize that you have a right to speak on matters of public concern. There are times that people will get offended when you speak on matters of public concern, but that's not a reason to criminalize speech.
Attorney Bradl, your argument today in regards to things that are of a public matter or concern is subjected to a different type of free speech. Can you talk a little bit about that argument?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the speech that's deserving of the highest level of protection that we have here. And, the government wants to, take the opposite approach, that it's like, oh, give us the benefit of the doubt. That's not how it works, And that sound in there was the sound of the tide turning in our favor today. It's going our way. We had an answer for every single thing Judge Doolin had a question about, and he's a great judge, and he's got legitimate questions, as he should.
He gets it.
And we answered everything he had. Was there anything we didn't answer? I mean, we had something ready for everything. There's case law on everything. It's all there. It's all laid out. Usually, as I was saying to the guys in the back, the court argument is this much, and the brief is this much. So we got a great brief. We covered every angle here. The judge is going to see. It's going to come around, and he's going to see that the First Amendment, there's no substitute. The First Amendment is it, And these state statutes that talk about emotional harm and, emotional distress, you know what? Tough shit. I love it.
It's also
Somebody get a fire extinguisher. This man's still smoking.
It's important to recognize that the judge immediately recognized that he is a journalist and a satirist. That should not go unnoticed when analyzing matters of speech on matters of public concern when someone is reporting on matters obviously like the Reed case, which is a
We need
big
more
deal.
journalists out here supporting Turtleboy.
Aidan, can I just ask, how long has this been going on, and how close do you feel you are to the end of this whole process?
I mean, I was arrested October 11th, 2023. I was indicted on December 20th, 2023. So by my math, that's about 18 months. And you heard the judge in there that he's going to take a couple days to think about this. And so, I mean, hopefully it's over in a couple days. If he decides to knock them all off, great. If he decides to knock some off, then we fight the ones that are left over. If he decides to knock none of them off, then we fight all of them, and we take this to trial. So, you know, whatever it takes, we're going to defend the First Amendment.
How does it feel to have all your supporters out here?
It feels awesome. I appreciate everybody being here, man. You guys are great. I love all you fine people.
Got you, homie. Got you.
It feels awesome. It feels really fantastic.
We didn't get to hear it because it was muted the whole entire session.
was
The whole thing was muted.
I'll start all over again.
We'll listen to you, Bradl. We will.
Well, we'll have to get the audio. We can get them on the public. We have TR court records, so it's too bad. But it was good. It went well. It went. Everybody who was inside could confirm that it
They
went
did.
very well. So
Yeah, went
Judge
well.
was tuned in, I thought.
yeah,
really well
He
tuned
was
in.
sharp. He was great.
Yeah.
He wanted to be fair. He let both sides
Yeah.
say their thing, and you know, and for the first time, I felt like we actually got to air a lot of this stuff in court and get it all out there, and we actually discussed the meat and the substance of these actual charges. So that felt good. Thank you
All
guys
right.
for coming.
Awesome.
Good job, Jess. Nobody else has questions?
Coming, Jack.
Good job, Jess.
Yeah, we'll call you.
Yeah, don't